Hi everybody, if you're listening to this, you're my little patron and I love you. Is that, yeah, it's probably working. Find the stream up. How is everybody? I've got a new Joe Rogan video coming out in 1 hour if you're watching this fresh. Hi Brian, hi Yeet. Chris Grant's in the house. All the old favourites, how we doing? Lewis, Produce Not Pills, Patrick, Baphometricon. I'm very well, Yeet. How are you? Hi, Danny Shepherd. Williams in the house. Kat, the vegan artist, who I've met IRL. Laura Lulu, Lorraine Edie. Oh, the gang's all here. Robert Pacino. The gang's all here at 5 p.m. Phone Accessory is asking how the voice from beyond is doing.
Hi, good, thank you.
Controversially. Hi, Martha. Yeah, a live and a premiere. Don't say I never do anything for you. Gary, foods high in iodine, please, Paul. Seaweed, basically. That's your best bet. Half a teaspoon of dulse or arame flakes. What is it with wakame? 1 1/8 of a teaspoon or something ridiculous. You're looking for 150 micrograms minimum. Kelp, like you want a tiny microscopic bit of kelp that's so high in iodine. There's some new science out to suggest that some seaweeds, such as dulse, have those pesky B12 analogues in them, and that it's not a good idea to take dulse on the same day as you're taking your iodine or the receptor sites. Sorry, the B12. So the sort of pseudo B12 can dock with the receptors and actual B12 not work, despite having adequate, plasma levels of B12. So watch out for that. So I'm basically doubling my iodine and B12, but only having them every other day. That's my trick for getting around that. Fairies in the house. Baphometricon, want to read up / study nutrition more? Best book. Where Do You Get Your Protein by Hench Herbivore, available on pre-order now. That's the best book. Other than that, I'll tell you the best book is Becoming Vegan, it's called. It's by Vasanto and Davis. Yeah. Registered dietitians. That is like the Bible of vegan nutrition, basically. Just let you see my handsome t-shirt in all its glory. It's looking a bit bright. I can't believe in such a low light.
Is that better?
No, I wonder whether the other one would have been better.
Yeah. Okay.
Hang on while we try to adjust the light. And maybe a little less of the left one.
That'll do.
That's close enough. And the left one slightly closer to the right. That'll do. Name that show. Laura Lely is going to try Tesco's new vegan foods tonight. I've heard they've got massive amounts. So that's interesting. Alice is joining us from Mexico. Vegan Blues in the house. Lorraine is saying hi to you, Gemma. Carmine Words, what are your thoughts on long-term vegans quitting? So the spate of them on YouTube has been, I think all of them were like raw vegan, which I think is harder to sustain. Several of them had gut issues, diagnosed gut issues that they didn't bother to do anything about. So, how are you going to feel well if your gut, which is your interface between food and like the outside world, and then like into your body, how's it going to be well if your gut health is poor? Like it is not. I actually touch on that in my new Joe Rogan video out at 6 p.m. GMT. Hi Ben Hameen, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Loki85, same as spirulina, I guess. Yeah, that's right. That has B12 analogues, and also, I'm sorry to say, there's some new science on spirulina. and there is not a mutagenic compound.
You mean spirulina?
Yeah, someone's just said it. Keep up, woman.
Sorry.
Not mutagenic. Neurotoxic. There's a neurotoxic compound in all blue-green algae. So the recommendation now is to not consume blue-green algae and just stick to green algae such as chlorella. Lewis is making me laugh. Oh, Ben's grabbing the new ebook today. Thank you very, very much. You are most kind. Stance King 111 F40 needs my t-shirt. There's a link in the description with a discount code. It's the Ethics primary tee. Link in the description. Give it. Oh, someone's kindly donated £4.99 on the super chat. That's lovely Laura Watts. Weighed myself this morning under 25 stone, so I lost 12 stone in 1 year. That's amazing. £8 to go. You're amazing. Let's have some rounds of applauses, please, in the comments. I can't do emojis, so I'll have to do IRL emojis. Castor Troy from Face Off. Is it healthy to eat one avocado a day? Depends who you speak to. I mean, there's some great stuff in there, like vitamin E and stuff. Omega-9, which is monounsaturated fat, is not an essential fat, whereas omega-3, omega-6 is. So if you're eating a lower fat diet and you ain't much in the way of avocado, you wouldn't be getting much omega-3s and 6s. So in that case, I would say stick more with the essential fatty acids. And Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, who has reversed heart disease with photographic angiogram proof in peer-reviewed medical journals, the only man to have done so, he says monounsaturate's not good, for heart health. I don't know that the science has really been done, so I don't know if we can really speak definitively on that. And I certainly enjoy avocados fairly regularly. What do you guys say? Tommy Lager, how many B12 do you take in a week? If you're doing cyanocobalamin, the dose is 2,500 micrograms per week under age 50, and then 50 and above, because generally we lack so much intrinsic factor by then. They then bump it up to 7,000 micrograms per week for over 50s. Ramadou shot. Mate, you stay calm while slaying in your vids. Don't you ever get mad at people's dumbness? Oh, I have done in the past, but do you know what I mean? I'm kind of, I don't know, just sort of grown out of it all, and like, life's too short, really. Life's too short. Yeah, I just try. People are doing their best from their current level of ability and from like the experiences they've had to date. And, I can be a bit of an idiot when I do response videos, which I think it's not really me. I'm kind of playing a character because I know that people like response videos and you need to be a bit sassy. And I'm doing it as a means to an end, So rather than out of anger or, any sort of negative thing, like I am kind of attacking people. I try to do it in a relatively nice way now, attacking the message rather than the person. But I'm kind of conscious that we're all doing our best from our current level of ability. And if you believe in spiritual mumbo jumbo, you'll believe that everything is one. So if you get angry with someone else, you're actually angry with yourself. I don't know how much I believe that or not, but I'm open to anything really. And
despite the fact that you just called it spiritual mumbo jumbo.
yeah, so please don't take offence, anyone. I'm quite into spiritual things, to be honest.
You got a super chat.
Oh, we've got super chat. Why are people so lovely today? It's like Laura again. She's so kind. £4.99 on the super chat. Bought the Vivo protein powder and loving it. Nice. Looking forward to getting your work. Thank you so much, Sonny. You give us so much kind support in loads of different ways. We couldn't be more grateful. Thank you very much, darling. Yeah. Carmine Word says, anyone here seen the Game Changers? Yeah, I got to see the penultimate copy of it. I haven't actually seen the final cut, but I saw the final cut, which came out before Tim Sheaf actually quit veganism. So him saying, oh, like, you know, I'm so wonderful and what vegan athletes are they? Well, he wasn't even good enough to make the film in the first place, which I touch on in my new video, which is out at 6 p.m. But yeah, it's an amazing film. It's gonna, you know, it is gonna be game changing. It's gonna bring a lot of guys over to veganism, with the sports performance, with the health, you know, benefits of veganism. But more than that, with the fact that you get 13 to 15% larger nocturnal erections by eating a vegan diet over an omnivorous one, and around 300 to over 500% longer duration. So that's all. There's all the sciences in the film, and yeah, if that don't get guys over to veganism, nothing will. Julian Walters, my IRL friend, how you doing, brother? Nice to see you again. Airy Berry kindly donated $2 on the super chat. I love your videos, proud herbivore. Not even a question, just a lovely person spreading the love and helping me to live my life purpose. So I'm so very grateful. Thank you very, very much. LI82 LI is in the house. What's up? Holly City 2012. Get your protein from whole plants. I get some of it from whole plants and some of it from a supplement, because it would be harder to get the right amount of protein without too much carbs and fat for a larger, leaner strength athlete. It would be healthier to do so, of course, so I get why you're saying that. But I am not only advocating for health, you know, I'm advocating for people who want to do well in the gym, you know, a strength or a physique athlete to do as well as an omnivorous eating on a vegan diet. Then the judicious use of a little processed protein will help them. Granted, not quite as helpful as if you did the whole thing. So, you know, I'm very upfront about that. And, but, you know, I don't think it's right to tell people, get your protein from, you must only do that. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't think that's helpful to be sort of, not judgmental, is it? But, you know, just ordering people. You know, we've all got our own reasons we're doing things. You know, I would love for all vegans to eat a whole foods, plant-based diet and not eat processed foods. But a lot of people just want to help the animals and they don't care about the health aspect, you know. So I wouldn't tell them, oh, you can only eat whole foods or get out of here. Do you know what I'm saying?
You had 2 super chats.
We had 2 super chats, you lovely, lovely people. Dankona, you always been lovely to me. $5 on the super chat. Week 8 of post... small intestine bacterial overgrowth treatment. Haven't felt the overwhelming sense of doom eating whole plant foods. Ex-vegans don't post test results. Your motivation tip. So you've smashed it on the SIBO thing, which I have as well. So it's good to see that it works. So good old Goji man, you know, promoting an awesome thing. That's the one thing with the veganism. If your gut health is shot, probably not through the diet's fault, but then you're going to have trouble with fibre and certain you know, things that are in plant foods. So how good that he came along when he did. He saved the day, really. Gym motivation tips. Motivation is a hard thing to conjure up out of nowhere. But I'll tell you, for me, what's happened is, you know, I was bodybuilding for, you know, a lot of years, 20 plus years. And over time, I got a bit bored of it. I was sort of fed up with it. I was going through the motions. And then I went vegan, and then people were saying to me, wow, you're a big guy for a vegan, like, how are you doing that? And I was very conscious that I ate more animals than most people because of, you know, the sport I was doing, bodybuilding. And I felt like a duty to step up and to speak out. And now I'm more into bodybuilding than ever. And not, you know, just because I want to look good, but mostly, you know, I'm trying to save as many animals as possible. So hopefully by the time I die, there's been less suffering in the world because I lived rather than because I die. But the weird thing is, it's like the universe rewards good behavior. And because I am being a bit more altruistic and I'm putting animals first and I'm thinking about them and I'm not getting caught up in my own mind and my ego and thinking, oh, I could get sort of I'm trying to get big too quickly, so then I put fat on. So then I'm trying to get lean and I drop muscle, like I used to do all the time. I never got to where I wanted to be as an omnivorous eater. My ego was in control of what I was doing. And it was predicated on if someone said, oh, you're looking skinny. And what they may have meant was, maybe they were a non-gym goer and they meant, oh, you're looking really lean, you're looking really ripped, you're looking shredded. But if they didn't use those words and they said skinny, I think, oh, I've lost all my muscle mass. And immediately I'd be back on the bulk again. So I never got anywhere because I was constantly going up and down and like too far. So that's the only motivation I can really give you, you know. I don't think it's something you can conjure up. And, you know, you either got it or you haven't. But the one thing I've heard about world champion, you know, champion athletes, when they're winning, you know, when they're running for that finish line and they're the first one, very seldom are they thinking, oh, I want to be the fastest person at this race. They're thinking, oh, all that my family's given up, they let me train all the time and I'm not seeing them as much as I want to. Or, you know, they're thinking of some higher purpose and that's driving them on to do their best job. It's very really so much just an ego-based thing. Mac Fire kindly donated 500 yen. So when are you engaged, your man, leaving each other and having a glorious bromance? Leaving each other. And when are you flying over to prepare Vegan Gains for cage matches? That would be cool, wouldn't it? I'd like to be in Vegan Gains' corner. Did you see how hench he looked when he did a lat spread in his video the other day? I think it's the cover of the video. I was really shocked of quite how big he actually is. Yeah. I have got a bit of a crush on Goji Man, though, if I am being honest. I'm a bit embarrassed that you spotted that. Leaving each other's spouses. And thank you for the 2 super chats, MacFire. You're very, very kind. Alex D. Connie donated 2 beans, which is, you know, all I really eat. Sequence of chest versus chest, legs, back. So what are you saying? Should you just train your chest 3 days in a row versus, I guess you're saying push, pull, legs. Yeah, so if you're just training your pushing muscles, you'll just have big chest and shoulders and tries. And then, but if you're training the 3 different, you know, upper body push, pull movement patterns, and then your legs, of course, you're going to have a more rounded physique. I think that's probably just a comedy question there. A lot of men probably go chest, biceps, though, through the week with no legs and not much in the way of other muscle groups represented either. Alicia's in the house. Finally watched Game Changers. Definitely an interesting watch. Yes, awesome, isn't it? I love that film so much. Peachy Vegan Goddess is in the house. She's awesome. Check her out on the YouTubes. Tommy Lega, how much lean mass did you gain on a vegan diet? To be honest, it's really hard to quantify because I do record things as I'm going along, but then they're on my phone and I kind of delete them. I can't tell you, but all I can tell you is I've continued to improve like year on year. One of my friends who I met on the set of the Game Changers movie, he's going to be competing in Mr. Universe in 2 weeks' time, Carl Bruder from the Isle of Man. And he has put on 7 kilos in 5 years since going vegan. And he was already a big dude. Do check him out on Instagram, Carl, Karl, Iron Bruder, Bruder, Carl Iron Bruder. Give him some love and some support, guys, because he's, I think he's going to do well. He's a monster and he's ripped to shreds as well. Plant Power, how come we don't see your wife during a live stream?
You say?
So she's doing a psychology and counselling course at the minute, and counsellors are not really meant to have much of an online presence. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it?
Someone's been asking where your t-shirt's from.
Oh, my t-shirt is from Ethics, ETHCS. Link in the description, 10% off with code HENCH. It's the primary design, that one is called. Why aren't you vegan? Is honey inherently unhealthy or healthy? No, I don't consume it, but I'm curious what your take on this will be. It's got no fibre, so seriously unhealthy. It basically will feed pathogenic gut bacteria. So, or the health of our gut microbiome is the linchpin of our health. So if the foods you're eating don't have fibre, no good right from the off. It's going to raise blood sugar quickly, so it's not going to be good for sort of diabetes. And nutritionally bereft, like relative to other foods like a fruit or something, no real nutrition. Honestly, Rose, I missed the notification for this. Yeah, to be honest, this was a very last minute thing, just because I got a new Joe Rogan video coming out at 6. I thought I'd get everyone in the room, so hopefully if we all go and watch it at 6 o'clock, that'll give a nice little boost to the algorithm. What is it called? View velocity. In the first hour, the more eyes you get on a video in the first hour really sends a signal to the YouTube algorithms to pump it out to more people. So I hope you all stay till 6 or come back at 6 for that. And then we can more quickly take over the world with veganism. Mark Fire, again, kindly donated 500 yen. Thank you so much. Gojaman mentioned you'd go on holiday together as couples, would honestly become one of those holiday gay nudist beach adult videos. Ladies, watch out. How very dare you? Yeah, it probably would actually. If you guys missed the video, we went to the vegan camp out together this year. It was a right laugh. Do check that video out after the stream and after the Joe Rogan video. Mind what? Yes?
You're probably going to carry on now, so you'll miss a comment. Someone was asking about the book and asking, is it broken down into breakfast, lunches and dinners? And are there macronutrients? Which I forgot to write on the website, so I'll write that.
There are macronutrients. And here's Gemma on, what was the other question?
Oh, they're broken down into like breakfast, main meals, snacks, desserts, soups, chilies, stews, like categories like that.
There's loads of categories, but it's not just breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's, baked things, soups, stews, casseroles. You get the idea. Yeah. And thanks for asking. And do be sure to pre-order. Link in the description now. You get 10% off. 10% off the cost if you pre-order now.
You get it a week before anyone else.
You get it a week before everyone else. You'll be able to really lord it over them. Yeah, you mugs already got it. Oh, I've got another super chat. Alex D with his 5 beans this time. He's been very generous with his beans. More beans. I meant in a session, should I do 3 exercises in a row for chest, then 3 for legs and back, or 3 circles? Like, I see what you're saying. I would not. If you're doing them all in one session, I would go compounds first. Or it depends if you're doing isos as well. If you're doing a mixture of compounds and isolations, I'd do compounds, then isolations, and but I do say 3 sets of one exercise. Say you're doing 3 sets, for example. If you're going to call me silly, you might want to put apostrophe RE instead of your silly hench, or you end up looking like the silly Billy, whoever that was. I would always go. So say for instance, I was doing push-pull legs in the same workout, and I was doing a mix of compounds and isolations. I would go something like this. I'd start out with some sort of a chest press or a dip. Then I'd do some sort of, and so I'd do 3 sets of that, for instance, however many sets you're doing. Then I'd maybe do like a squat movement pattern for the quads. What we do? Oh yeah, and then I'd do something for the upper back, so say like some sort of a row or whatever. And then I'd do some sort of a deadlift movement pattern for the posterior chain. And then, perhaps if you are doing isos as well, then I'd go like, chest fly, say leg extension, side lat raise, leg curls. Oh, and of course you might want to put a bit of tries and buys on the end as well. But obviously it depends on what kind of modality. Maybe you're just doing your compounds, in which case. But what I wouldn't do is put something like a row or a pull down before a chest press, because actually your lats are kind of decelerators for the bar and a bench press, and so that can actually weaken you. And I did find, for a time, I felt like my chest was ahead of my lats. So I thought in the training week, I'll put my lats on Monday, chest on Tuesday. And for a couple of weeks, my bench press was going through the floor and I didn't know why. And that was the reason. I switched around again and boom, my chest, my benching was going back up, and so was my back training. Yep. I'm just going to skip forwards a little touch. Erin Goldberg is genetically modified produce bad, and is organic actually better? I don't know that there's a whole load of science on it, but just using logic, you would think that well, actually on the GMO thing, I don't think there's what I've heard Dr. Greger say about that is that the more vehemently someone sort of says like, oh no, GMO is bad or GMO is good, like the less they know, because apparently the science is really not there on genetically modified. You'd expect, if anything, there's probably some detriment somewhere though, wouldn't you? I certainly would. And then in terms of organic produce, the only study I've really heard of was funded by a conventional produce grower. And they said something like, I'll probably forget the numbers now, I've not thought about this for a long while. But something like for every... Nah, I've forgotten it. Oh, I need to listen to How Not to Die again. I listened to that audiobook about 300 times over, but I've not listened to it for years now. It was very, very fractionally worse, like virtually unnoticeable, like 10 in 220,000. No, I can't remember the numbers, but they were the numbers involved. I can't remember what they were talking about, but yeah, it was pretty much saying you might as well go with conventional if you want to. But I know with organic, with conventional, we're putting on pesticides, so then the plant doesn't have to produce its natural pesticides. And in humans, some of these bioflavonoids, for instance, in berries, are healthful for humans to ingest, but you won't get so much of them from conventional versus organic. So, you're going to have to think that the organic is going to be healthier. Right, that was very convoluted and confused. Oh yeah, don't forget to thumb up the stream. I've not even thumbed up my own stream. Whatever am I doing? Terrible. Right, let's jump. William Chipoma, what are your thoughts on vegan meat alternatives in terms of health, and can you get lean using them? Horrible for health. There'll be stuff like coconut oil, which is a worse risk for heart disease than the fat in beef. And loads of other additives and nonsense. You can get lean using anything. If you're burning less calories than you're taking in, you can get lean on anything, but it would be horrible for your health. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. Well Planted, good name, $5 on the super chat. Thank you kindly. Just saying hello. Enjoy your lives. Change my screen name from Tanner Dean. I remember you too. Well Planted. Not even a question. Just a lovely, lovely lass spreading the love. Thank you very much. You're very appreciated. We are PH Uct brings up a good point. Oh God, no! Faith there, he's doing the thumbs up. Thank you. Lewis Gado brings up a good point. Amla berries are very good for antioxidants. Highest antioxidant count of any food. Powdered Indian gooseberries, don't you know?
Do you want a cushion to sit on?
No.
Okay.
Chris Grant, Hench Herbivore, did you see the recent news article about high pollution days increasing stroke risk and deaths by, it's just jumped something like 200% or something ridiculous. Wow. I think it was in the Sun Online. No, I've not seen that. That's very interesting. I'll tell you what I did find out recently, and I'll probably forget the numbers now. It was ridiculous. It was looking into chronobiology. So the fact that our cells seem to have internal clocks based off of the circadian rhythm, and how calories are less caloric if you eat them in the morning versus like the evening. So that breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, dinner like a pauper this got some science to back it up now. So that's very true. And then some things that would poison you, that would kill you in the evening, wouldn't kill you if you ingested them in the morning. And then something else about chemotherapy being 5 times as effective if it's done at the right time of day, but I didn't hear what the right time of day was. So I thought that was very interesting. Chronobiology. I think chronobiology, the gut microbiome, and what is the other thing that I really like? Epigenetics. Just fascinating areas of study. Oh, we've had a few super chats. Laura Lulu Watts kindly donated £4.99 again. You lovely lady. Found out some of Tesco's new vegan range use palm oil, so be careful. Had to read the ingredients. Yeah, technically, not under the sort of definition of veganism, perhaps not quite a non-vegan thing, but most vegans agree that you shouldn't be having it. For the fact of displacing orangutans, but also horrible for your heart health again, like long chain and very long chain triglycerides, which give you atherosclerosis. So coconut oil, palm oil, cocoa butter, 3 vegan fats that will give you heart disease, like animal products do. So watch out for them. So good to know, Laura, and thank you for your kind support. You're lovely to us. Macfire kindly donated 500 yen again. Was very impressed by approach towards SIBO instead of freaking out and going carnivore. Yeah, you got to use the results to quite treatment wise. You'd think that would be simple for someone who doesn't want to hurt animals, wouldn't you? So, and the stupid thing was, like Tim Sheaf, for instance, he got tested by Goji Man the same as me. They came up with a couple or more problems with his guts, which he could have got treated the same as I did and cured. But I guess he'd already made his mind up to eat animals, sadly. Real shame. Twisted Hippies make me laugh. Oh, thanks for joining, by the way, Twisted Hippie. Faye Fairy, are dried golden berries actually a type of gooseberry? I don't know. Golden berries. No, I don't know. Let's have a look. Golden berries. Oh, no, they're physalis. Yeah. I thought I knew what they were. They are physalis. Oh, so some people call them Cape gooseberries, but they're little spherical yellow things with kind of leaves attached to them. You've probably seen them occasionally in some of your better supermarkets. About £1 million for a tiny amount. They're usually quite sharp, but actually if you get some good ones, they can be sweet, surprisingly. They have a weird sort of waxy coating, do you think? Weird waxiness to them. Do you know, it's made my mouth water because I'm thinking about how they taste. Thank you, Macfire. You are very kind. Oh, we've gone off him, but now he's donated some more money, so yeah, what I just said. I'm mostly angry about Tim Sheaf because his tests were funded by Goji Man. But yeah, he decided Goji Man to try the chip. Do you know what I mean? I donate money towards Goji Man's treatment fund. And yeah, that felt like a proper kick in the teeth. And particularly when he threw veganism under the bus as well. Like that was just no need for that.
Those vegan guys are here. They said hello.
Aye, those vegan guys. Do subscribe to those vegan guys. They are hilarious. And they've got a great taste in Adonises, or whatever they said. What was it? Greek gods. So funny. Are you guys... Who's coming to VegFest the weekend, by the way? Who's coming to VegFest? Vote now. Hope to see lots of you there. Thank you, those vegan guys. Yeah, we're very well. Terry Fandango reckons you can get Physalis for £1 a pack in Waitrose. Nice. Dan Kano kindly donated $2. Fat Grips for Gym Gains. $2 tab now has been paid. I've never used Fat Grips. I saw Vegan Gains was using them in his latest workout video. And in fact, I saw him in my gym laying there for people to use. Didn't think to pick them up. Mind you, I was... shoulders today, wasn't it? Shoulders. So my sort of understanding, because I feel like my forearms development is streets ahead of my upper arms. So I've sort of avoided them because I thought that must be more of a forearm kind of thing. But Vegan Gains reckon that it helped his biceps growth. So I don't know. He seems to know what he's doing, old Richard Burgess, so might be worth a go. Stephen Anthony Jolly kindly donated $1.99 on the super chat. The fairly local vegan cat cannot eat. Sorry to hear that.
It's confusing, isn't it? Not sure.
What does that mean? Nourishing Alex, I can't come after work. Oh no. Those vegan guys can't make to this one. Got vlogs this as long as the vegan wins eyelashes next year, hopefully. Yeah, I do love Vesh Fest London. It's after the camp out, I'd say that's my next favourite event out of them all. Jess Karan, persimmons are already here, man. In Sainsbury's, Morrison's, and markets. Chermoya in market 2. Nice. I like all of those. Laura's not going, but one day she will. Good to hear. B12 Blaze It Vegans feeling all romantic because of the dim lights.
Should I put the light?
Do you want to open the curtain? Put the.
This on?
Oh, that's all right, isn't it? Yeah, let's have it like that.
Okay.
Thanks, B12. You reminded us. Roku brings up a good point. Arms like Popeyes. My mum said that they look like Popeyes arms once, and for a joke, I drew an anchor on there. True story.
Show them your bag of snakes.
Look at my bag of snakes. Bag of snakes. Those vegan guys are looking forward to my book. Don't forget, everybody, my new book is now available on pre-order. Link in the description. Give us your love.
And say that thing about you get it a week earlier.
Oh, you get it a week earlier than everyone else, and give us your money.
Earlier about.
You get quid off.
About the mug thing. What did you say?
And you get it a week earlier than everyone else, so you can say, oh, I've already got it, you bags. Right, where are we? Terry Fandango's going to try Fat Grips for his carpal tunnel. That's interesting. Let me know how you get on. I'm interested. Chris Grant, Fat Grips are good. They do put a different strain on your whole arm. I find they've helped with my elbow pain. Interesting. Aaron Goldberg, thoughts on the BDS movement? BDS. I know what BDP is, but I don't know what BDS is. I hope it's not something rude. Boycott, divestment, sanctions. Do you know, I don't have a damn clue about all that, so I don't know.
No comment.
But no comment, I can't even get involved. I ain't got a damn. Do you know, I just don't keep up with like world news, like current affairs. I don't watch TV, I don't take a newspaper, I don't look at stuff on. I just basically consume like, you know, vegan content, how to do YouTube. I sort of feel like I probably can't have much of a say in what's going on in terms of politics and stuff, and I think I don't want to worry about something that I've probably got no sort of say over anyway, and I just try to, and I don't know, a lot of things, I think if you consume too much media, a lot of it is BS, by the way, isn't it? Like a lot of media, And I think it's scaremongering and it just worries you. And I would rather broadcast my own positive thing than ingest other people's stuff. But very probably, like, I'm missing out on a lot of stuff that's going on in the world. I just wish you could know, like, what's true, what's not, what's propaganda. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's me. I'm probably being a bit daft, but I just don't pay any of that any attention. Oh. Who could do this the longest? Those vegan guys, we can see you better, sans blouse, Hench. I'm trying to get my top off.
Oh, I see. Should I turn the heat up?
Viva is saying hi from France. Thanks for joining, Jonathan Hardpark. That's a funny name. How you doing, my friend? Johnny K's in the house. Trista Tippy, my mum said my bed looks like Popeye's enemy burrito. Graphics YT, what do you think about Fortnite? I've never played it because I got rid of my console and also my television to make YouTube videos, and in the last 5 years I've made over 1,000 because of it. Where are we? Oh, Laura Lulu just pre-ordered our book. Thank you very much, my lovely. You're so kind. Bless you. I think you're our best fan. I'm going to call you super fan. Leon Kuchter's in the house. Macfire, what's your gym going music? Any metal? No, dubstep. Always dubstep. Typically Skrillex or Knife Party. Not that I don't mind a bit of metal. I was actually in a rap metal band years ago as a turntablist. Those vegan guys are saying, Gemma, that voice was gold. What did you do? Oh, did you quote me?
Don't know what I said. I've said a few things,
Yeah.
have I?
You're hilarious. But what voice did you do?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Some sacred, like, Om symbol or something is saying you were on Joe Rogan's podcast or what's happening. So Joe Rogan recently did a critique of the Game Changers movie on one of his recent podcasts. So I'm doing a response video. He can't afford me. He can't afford to get me on his podcast. I'm too expensive for him. Steve Anthony Jolly kindly donated $1.99. The FLV. Oh God, I know who's that. The FLV on YouTube. She can only consume liquids. The FLV. Who is that? Who is that? Thanks for the super chat. Gary Reeves is in the house. Chris, that was when you get from that. I think that was when you might have said, give us your money or something. Oh, should I turn the heating up? Oh, because you did it in a sort of American, with an American twang.
I did it.
Yeah. Macfire, my man's playing that Rustgo on the gym rotations. Rustgo. Dark Aardvark, Cradle of Filth is the best metal band ever. Richmond from the IT crowd would agree with you. Comment down below if you are aware of the IT crowd. Will Ferrell's in the house. You're that famous Hollywood actor. Thanks for joining.
I love Will Ferrell.
Yeah, you're great.
I like his films. They're very good.
Yeah. Beth Llewellyn's in the house, as per always. YK51's in the house. Ferrangoli Sepulveda. Hey, thank you for this video. You're a fantastic actor. And you're a fantastic person for saying it. So thank you very much. Yeah, IT crowd rocks. Macfire, if you did turntables in a band, check out Activist. Metal band with 2 rappers and impressive. Okay, I will. I might have someone doing me a new theme. What do you guys think about that? A new theme for my channel. What do you guys think of my theme music? I mean, you only really hear a few seconds of the opening and then a few seconds at the outro of my Facebook videos. How many of you have heard actually my theme in its entirety? It's been on the channel a few times. Do you love it? Would you be sad to see it go? Or are you up for some trap music? Trap.
Oh.
A sort of a hip hop type thing. All funky in that. So I met a guy when I went to do that interview at Future Radio. The guy who showed me around had just gone vegan. And he makes music. Oh, you heard some of his stuff, I think. I think I played it to you.
I remember.
What do you guys reckon? Should I get a new theme or should I better stick to the old one? Laura Lulu Watts, what are you doing? You're amazing. You've been so lovely to me. You don't have to be so blinking lovely. Bless you. Thank you very much. Wow. £9.99. I was going to say cents. UK pence. Since losing weight, I can do basic house cleaning now and loving it. You can come round and do ours if you want. We hate it. 1 year ago, I bet if you can't actually physically do it, the fact that you can do it, I can imagine that would feel amazing. Bless you. Well done, you. 1 year ago, I couldn't even hoover or dust, and now I can do loads. Thank you, Paul and Gemma. You guys are genuine and so helpful. Thank you, darling. You're so very lovely.
Laura.
I hope you will come to a Veg Fest one of these days. I would like to give you a great big hug. Yeah, thank you very much. Purple Piplups in the house. Piplup.
I'm far enough away.
Spat in her face a little bit. Chris Grant, he's heard it, but it's good, but he'd like to see something new and updated. Okay. I guess what I could do is put it to a vote, can I? Could do a poll or whatever. Will Ferrell saying change it up. Macfire, Trap Heart, like Skull. I don't know. I don't know. Everybody's not pills you're trying to trap us. Those vegan guys think that the intro is great, but change is always good. We've just changed our intro of new art and tweaked the song. Nice. I'll check that out a bit later. Afra YS, do you train any non-vegan clients? How do you convince people to start eating plant-based diet? I've really quit PT and now. I mean, I've got one client who I've been training for about 3 years. He's amazing. He's not gone vegan, but he's gone a very high percentage whole foods plant-based. But historically, as a PT, I trained both vegan and omnivorous eaters. Obviously, over time, I'd start to attract more vegans or people considering veganism. But I never tried to push it on any of my clients. But any sort of injury or ill they had, I did used to point out how, you know, if you ate a whole foods vegan diet, you could like clear that up in no time. But yeah, regardless of whether my clients, you know, what their eating modality, they at the very least, all of them, I would say, across the board, seriously lowered the amount of animal products they were eating, which, you know, of course we want everyone to go vegan, but, you know, it's something. But yeah, I also offered a 2-week vegan challenge to anyone. And if they documented, you know, if they showed photos of 2 weeks worth of eating a completely vegan or free training session, quite a few people went through it, and I would say 8 out of 10 people stuck to it because they saw that it was easy and good, and you know, they felt the benefits. I'll just skip forwards a little bit. Do put your comments or questions back down if I miss them and you want me to see them. Macfire, Hench is the kind of guy who seems he would be a prodigy or pendulum, very much so. Well spotted. That was spooky. Jake Vage very kindly donated $1.99 US. What 4 to 5 day hypertrophy program can you recommend? I don't know anyone else's programs, quite simply because I've always programmed for myself for the past, forever really. I mean, I've been training like 30 years now. So I can't really recommend anyone's because I've not seen them. If anyone's interested, I do write programs, nutrition and workout plans for people still, which is only really worthwhile if you have like particular issues, which means that you need something more bespoke, limited equipment, injuries, blah de blah. I do bespoke plans. So hit me up at Hench Herbivore at yahoo.co.uk for that. But yeah, sorry, you kindly donated $1.99. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know any, so I can't really say.
Does he just mean like what do you recommend? As in do you recommend? Not who else's program do you recommend? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. There's 1,000,001 ways to do it. So as long as everything's balanced and you're progressing, it's good, isn't it? This is controversial, but I'm a fan of training body parts once per week, but really like annihilating them. And that's how I got my best gains. And the vast majority of my clients I've trained that way, and that like no one's ever seemed to have a problem with it. I'll tell you my really mad split that I'm doing currently. So yesterday, Monday, was chest and biceps, which you might expect from a bodybuilder. And then today, Tuesday, was front and side delts. It was traps. I also trained my neck today. Tomorrow, I will do triceps and calves. That famous pair. I don't know anyone else who's ever trained those together. Thursday will be lats and abs and transverse abdominis. And Friday is quads and hams. That is the 5-day hypertrophy split that I'm currently doing. I'm loving it because everything gets maximum love. You got best recovery, most energy, and I'm just gaining like crazy on it. I'm really loving it. Michelle Toefield, hey Hench, you helped me start my journey into veganism and your awesome channel. I paid for one of your personal nutrition plans and never looked back. Oh wow. So as I said earlier, guys, do hit me up. About 18 months on now, and I feel great. Oh, thanks for the feedback. That's really nice to hear. And thank you for your kindness. That's really lovely. I love seeing people thriving. That is the best. What time have we got? Just a reminder, guys, at 6 p.m, my Joe Rogan response video goes live. So please, can you all go over there at 6 o'clock because the algorithm loves some early views. It will really boost it out. If you don't want to watch it, just leave it playing in another window and that will help, boost the video as well. So thanks if you do. I've spoke to the Game Changers a lot, but yeah, I did see it. Yeah, I loved it. Rainbow of boxes. Rainbow of boxes. Laura Lulu is off. We will keep up the great work. Thank you so much for your extreme kindness. We couldn't be more grateful. Chris Grant, that Viking dancer rave dubstep guy is actually Hench Herbivore's little brother. He's got his moves from Hench. I love that guy. He's amazing, isn't he? Oh, Robert Pacino's going to watch it 10 times. I really appreciate that. Yeah, if you sort of like and comment, and if you're feeling really sassy, share it out. That would help even more. Antonio Elvis. Hello, my friend. Being vegan for 22 Terra and being 52 years, I'm younger and faster. Going to London November 7th till 11th. Hope we can meet. I think you're probably talking to me. So I'm not in London. I am in Norwich. I'm in Norwich. I am in London this weekend for Veg Fest. And but I'm great. I'm glad to hear you're doing great on a vegan diet. That's awesome. Good on ya. Shaman Jason's in the house. I believe I met you in Ipswich, did I? Yo, Hench, good to see you doing well. Rogan, are you going on his podcast? No, I simply criticised his podcast in my new video. Antonio Alves works out 3 times a week. For the masses, I think that's probably about a good amount. He said, doo-doo. Cornish Pasty just pre-ordered the Burke. Looking forward to making some great food. Thank you, my friend. Very much appreciated. Bacco Plays Mobile. Just wanted to say you're amazing. Really dig your energy and overall personality. Well, you can come again. You're welcome back.
Loves a bit of flattery.
Yeah, flattery will get you everywhere. Rainbow Foxes. Oh, I just noticed your upcoming video, and yep. Oh, it's jumped. Backo Plays Mobile. Would have been cool to see you in the Game Changers. Yeah, I was actually involved in the filming. My training partner at the time was the reigning Mr. Universe, and we got filmed in the gym. But they had 600 hours of footage and only 90 minutes of film. There's so many great vegan athletes, so that just goes to show you something. What time have we got? Well, we've got 6 minutes, yeah. And Game Changers 2 featuring Hench should be good. Hopefully that'll just be all about me this time.
When is that film coming out that you were in?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I've not heard. Matteo Boulier, I'm guessing. Hello, have you been to France? I've never been to France, but I would like to go. If someone can invite me to speak at Le Veg Fest, that would be amazables. Macropers, that's a good name. Do that sound that penguins make, please. What sound do penguins make?
I don't know.
I know that Pingu sort of goes, whack! Nourishing Alex, did you watch the Bart K versus Michelle Lowe debate? If so, what did you think? I saw them talking on Vegan Gains channel about the aftermath, and sounds like she got the better of him, though I didn't see the actual thing. Or I saw like a short little clip, but not a whole lot. But, you know, he's just laughable, isn't he? Gary Reeves, I think Joe is doing it for the attention. I just think because he's normally so open-minded about a lot of quite crazy like things even. And all I can really think is he is a hunter himself, so, you know, that hurts his sort of self-esteem. He probably feels, and I think like, there's a bit of a funny thing to say. I think Joe is like deep down a good guy. I don't think he tries to be an ass. And obviously if we're right, like he is being unnecessarily, and we are of course right, you know, he's not a good person to animals. So I think that's the sort of main driver, that it can't be right, because if so, he's a bad person. But I do pull him to bits in the new video, which is out in under 2 minutes now. So I don't know. Yeah, he's a funny one, isn't he? And also, he's sponsored by Butcher Box as well, isn't he? So he can't really say sort of too much in favour of veganism, I suppose. Rainbow of Boxes, I'll put your Joe Rogan video in the background when it is. Thank you. And then I'll keep watching your live stream. I'll watch it for a second time. I'm actually going to finish my stream in a couple more questions just to try and get everyone over to the video. But I will be back on Friday for you all.
You'll be in the chat, won't you? On the video?
Oh, I'll be in the chat. You can chat to me in the premiere. I'll be in there in a minute. Chris Grant, animals will be free. It's only a matter of time. I share that sentiment. Cowboy Bebop one. Yeah, exactly. Backo Plays Mobile too. Nice to see so many athletes become vegan. Didn't know about the filming, but the less non-awesome, but nonetheless awesome to know you've been a part of it. Yeah, that was so cool. I saw that James Wilkes, the producer, who won one of the Ultimate Fighter series, I saw that he'd liked my Hench Herbivore page on Facebook, so I messaged him saying, "Oh, are you up for an interview?" And he said, "Well, I will be in the future, but right now we're doing something else quite sexy, and like, can you get involved in that?" And I hooked them up with the reigning Mr. Universe and the local football team captain who I'd veganised. And and so I got to be involved in the film, and that was amazing. Sad to not make the final cut, but got to meet everyone and had the best time, and yeah, that was a great time. Right, okay, everyone, let's go over to the premiere of the new video and chat in the chat there. Let's go. Come on, go. Come on, over you go. Here we go. How do I stop this? Make sure you come. Oh, I'm taking notes of who don't come.